Howdy folks, Gabriel here. So I just got back from an amazing 7-month journey around Asia. I went to Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Nepal, and India. And I'm back at my mom's house in Northern California, where I'm in the guest room here, and we'll be staying here for the next little while, figuring out what I'm doing next. But before I unpack all my stuff, I just got back last night, then I thought that I would do a quick video showing everything that I brought along my trip to give people ideas for what to bring on a budget traveling trip. This will be a little bit more applicable to budget and backpacker travelers, but there will certainly be some ideas here for everyone. So here I have everything all packed up. Just wanted to show the backpacks that I bring. So on the right there you can see my larger size Kelty backpack, or it's more like a medium size backpack as opposed to a bigger backpacking backpack, and then my small day pack on the left there. So this is more stuff than I would prefer to bring on a trip, especially to like the tropics, somewhere warm. But I have here both everything that I brought with me starting out, as well as everything I acquired along the way. So that's why I have a fair amount of stuff here, because I ended up trekking in the Himalaya mountains of Nepal and India, and so I have warm clothes as well as lots of shorts and t-shirts and tank tops and stuff for the warmer climates. So this is a good opportunity to show everything that you might need to bring. Most likely you won't want to bring all this stuff, but at least then you can take a look at everything that I'm going to lay out here in just a second. I will put a list down below the video of everything that I brought with me, so you can look through that list, see what you might want to bring and what you might not. So I'm going to stop this video, spread everything out, and then continue showing all the stuff that I brought. Alright, so here's everything all spread out. I'm going to go over some of these items pretty quickly and then focus on some of the a little bit more obscure things that people might not have thought of. So this is the clothes section, and blankets. 2 blankets. I started off with this one little thin blanket, and then because I was up in the Himalaya mountains and ended up with this other blanket. They do give you blankets in the hotel rooms generally, but it's nice to have another layer, and it's also nice to have your own blanket that you're putting over you that you know that nobody else has been using. Here is my very nice warm fleece jacket that I use for trekking in the Himalayas, and then my rain jacket, pair of sandals, shoes, which actually aren't here, they're downstairs, but I didn't start off with shoes. I ended up buying shoes also in the Himalayas, but for Southeast Asia, the tropics, etc., sandals are just fine. Socks and underwear. I also didn't start off with any socks, and then bought socks once I was in the mountains. Bunch of t-shirts, tank tops, hiking shorts there, and then swimming trunks, 2 pairs of swimming trunks, and a little bag for putting underwear in, a little bag for putting socks and t-shirts in, and a dirty laundry bag. And then there's my 2 backpacks, a towel, something that, a little bit smaller towel. Obviously you want something that's going to take up less space, and then a sarong, which doubles as an extra towel, and then is also something you can lay down on the beach, use just to mop up the floor or whatever. Just a good handy piece of cloth for various different purposes. So a writing journal, my laptop computer here, and then a computer mouse that I use, the laptop case and the charging cord. And then I have an assortment of little handy bags. This little yellow one I put in my day pack, and it has a few things in it that I'm likely to end up using throughout the day. So I have needles, thread, and collapsible scissors. I highly recommend just to have in case you need to mend something, and I ended up using it several times. A little extra spoon there, a Leatherman tool or some sort of a pocket knife, the charger for my camera, an extra little thing of toilet paper to have on you in your day pack, because in India and other places, then oftentimes there's not toilet paper in the bathrooms. So definitely want to have that handy. And then another larger roll of toilet paper. a water bottle, metal water bottle. The water tastes better rather than drinking it out of the plastic bottles, but I do drink bottled water when I'm traveling. You don't drink the local water, of course. But it is good to have water purification tablets. I bought these for trekking in the Himalayas to save some money because bottled water up in the Himalayas that's been trekked up there is, of course, expensive, and so I just used the local water and then purified it with this. But this came in handy a couple of other times when I ended up having to drink some questionable water. This here is a Xerox copy of my passport and credit cards, just to have in an extra place in case you happen to lose those things, so you can easily replace them or whatever, and have the phone numbers handy to call your bank. Passport, of course, and your visas, don't forget that. Aloe vera gel. In this whole 7-month trip, hanging out on the beaches of Thailand and Indonesia, etc., I never used sunscreen once, and other people might not want to go with that, but instead of using sunscreen, I was just careful about how long I stayed in the sun, and then at the end of the day, then I would, if I got a fair amount of sun, then I would just smear on that aloe vera gel, and I never got a sunburn. So recommend that stuff. A headlamp or flashlight in countries in Asia, etc., where the power can go out at any moment, then it is good to have a flashlight handy and know where it is, so that if you're plunged into darkness all of a sudden in the evening, you can find that and have some light. Some super glue for fixing, in my case, broken sunglasses and sunglasses. A beard trimmer. A travel chest set. Some books. A baseball cap and some other little hats that I had. And then this is a socket adapter. So most people will know this, but in other parts of the world, and they use different sockets and in here in the US and in Canada, etc. And so you'll need a adapter so that you can plug in your laptop or beard trimmer or whatever. This is a universal one, and it's any kind of a socket can go into it, and then it can plug into any kind of socket anywhere around the world. So that's for the UK. This is for India and most parts of Europe. And then that's for the United States. These are $8-10, something like that on Amazon. You also might want to get a voltage converter, which is what converts the electricity from either 120 volts here in the States to 240 elsewhere around the world, or else vice versa, depending on where you're coming from and where you're going. I was able to get by without that because laptops and cell phones can handle 120 to 240 volts, so you don't need it for that. And my beard trimmer also worked with 240 volts, so that was nice because those things are kind of heavy, but that is called a voltage converter. You can also find those on Amazon or elsewhere for $20 or something. So this is an essential one, is your own lock for your hotel room door. In India and in other places, then oftentimes they don't have a lock on the door, it's just a latch, and then you use your own lock, and that's a good thing because then you know that you are the only one with that key to that lock. And then a little tiny padlock just for who knows what. A bike lock, and it's stuffed away in my backpack. I forgot to grab that out of there. But a bike lock is very handy for if you're on a train in India and your luggage is down below the bunk below you somewhere. So then you can sleep better knowing that your backpack is locked. You can lock it to the seat underneath there. And then also in hostels, if you're leaving your stuff in a hostel and going out for the day, at least you can lock up your backpack if they don't have a locker, or if their lockers are too small for your whole backpack to fit into. At least you can lock it to the backpack or to the bunk bed or whatever, and then it's a little bit less likely that someone's going to be able to just grab it and run off with it. So, and then cell phone charger, checkbook, extra batteries, swim goggles, chopsticks, because I like to use chopsticks if I'm in Asia. Didn't use them in India, but in Southeast Asia I preferred over fork. A metal cup for making tea in the morning or eating cereal out of, etc. Kind of multi-use. And I think that pretty much covers it here. So there you go. Again, I will put the list down below this video, so feel free to just copy that, put it on your computer, and then you can just go through the list, figure out what you need and what you don't need. The number one rule for travel is travel light. It makes a big difference to have a smaller backpack to deal with getting on trains, getting on buses, etc. It was a bit of a pain having this much stuff at the tail end of my trip, but I wanted to bring it all back with me. So there you go. Feel free to subscribe to my channel to follow my upcoming adventures. I'm thinking at this point I might be going to Central America this winter. That's a number of months away, we'll see, but that's the plan. Either way, I will be posting lots more upcoming videos, so take care, happy trails.